welcome to Unladylike Opinions, where this topic is going to be about being a single mom and being a stay-at-home mom, or if you're one or the other, or if you're like me and you're both, or whatever. So there's a big stigma behind being a single mom, and there's a bigger stigma behind being a stay-at-home mom, or whatever. Because first thing when a person figure out that you're a single mom, they think that you're incapable of a lot of things. Like, they think that you come with baggage, when some people just, like, considering myself, like, I don't consider my kids like baggage or whatever. It's you accept all of us, so you get none of us. And that's basically how I control my life or whatever. But the first thing a person will be like, especially with being a baby mama, which I hate that name. Do not call me that. I'm either Amara's mama, or I'm CJ mama, or I'm your kid's mama. Either one. Don't call me no baby mama. You can say that is what I am, but I ain't. My kids got names. They ain't babies. But anyway, that's the first thing they say. They'll be like, they'll think like you bitter, or you're looking for somebody to help take care of you and your kids, when in my case that ain't the case. I can care less, because I've been holding myself down for 19 years with my kids or whatever. Don't get me wrong, I have help. I have awesome parents and siblings that look out for me and my kids or whatever. But I mostly hold my kids down. Been holding it down since I was 19 or whatever. So like, things happen in life where like I had work ethic. You see my mama, you'll see what I know what work ethic is. My mama and my dad, both of them 66 and getting ready to retire. Don't want to retire, but don't want to retire, whatever. And like my mama told me, she put us in a position where we don't have to work as hard as she did, and we have help to fall back on if we do fall. My mama and my dad always, had, like, my mama always tell me that all the time, like, she didn't have the help that I had, and she made sure that, when my time came, which it came earlier than I thought it would come when I got, pregnant at 19 or whatever. But, she made sure when my time came that I would have someone to lean on. And with my first child or whatever, like, it was split both ways. Like, my oldest child father family and him did not play about their son. Like, I don't care where I was on Friday, she was at my door waiting to get her grandson. So I had, and then when I went back to school after I got, after I had him, I went back to college. She took him for, like, she'll get him for a week. Her mom used to alternate weeks or whatever. So, I had that support system with my oldest. Till this day, I still have it. Sometimes they pick up the slack with my youngest or whatever. And that's not even their grandson. But, it is what it is. But, like, people just, it's like this bad stigma of being a single mother. And, like, people think that, you really are, bitter, you're handicapped with certain things or whatever. And they just don't understand that some of us single mothers are more grounded and more tough than the ones that have a two-parent household. So, like, don't get me wrong, I wanted my kids to have a two-parent household, but it didn't work out that way. But like always, it's always the the mama pick up the slack. She know how to bounce up on her feet and keep it pushing or whatever. Like, sometimes fathers don't have, we don't have the luxury as fathers have. They can walk away, do what they gotta do. They can leave and come out and do what they can do. We can't leave. We have to stay up. Now some of y'all mamas, y'all do that, but I'm not one of those. Like, my kids are my entire life, so I pick my kids over anybody any day. And that's probably the problem with me dating, because my kids always come first. Never will come second to nobody. I don't care what you say. Like, my oldest is 19. He's in college, but number one, he called me, I'm running. Ain't no doubt about that, or whatever. But, you know, like I said, you know, I don't complain. Like, I'm not bitter by a long shot. Don't get me wrong. Like, in the beginning, you probably will be. If it depends on how the situation ended, you probably will be bitter or whatever. But, you know, eventually, in my case, you get over it, you know. With the way mine ended, you know, I was bitter in the beginning. Like, don't get me wrong, I was. Like, that was a hard thing to deal with. And this is with, you know, my second son. And like, yeah, I got 2 kids and 2 different daddies, but you know, my first oldest, you know, we was high school sweethearts. We was young. I met him when I moved back to my hometown. I think I was like 12, 13, something like that. I can't remember. But, you know, met him. Couldn't stand him. He tortured the hell out of me. Not torture me in a bad way. But you know how when somebody like you, they like do certain stuff to you. Like, he used to ride by and just throw stuff at me for no reason. And then, like, out of nowhere, we started talking on the phone or whatever. We're sneaking on the phone because, you know, my mom was kind of strict with, I was the first girl. So, you know how that goes. So my mom was, I had to sneak on the phone and talk to him, whatever. So, you know, like 12, 13, on and off, and made it official when I was 15. 14 or 15. I think, yeah, it was official when I was 15. That was my 9th grade year. I had already turned 15. So, yeah. So, it was official then. So, I was, you know, we was together from 15 all the way till I was 22, I believe. 21 or 22, I don't know. Or whatever. So, you know, we kind of like, you know, grew apart. That's with that or whatever. So, you know, I took out time. Like, I didn't like date, you know, I was seeing people, but I wasn't like in relationship. And, you know, so then I met my second one, father. And my kids are 5 years apart. So don't come for me, because yeah, I do have 2 baby daddies, but I stopped it at that 2 or whatever. I ain't ashamed about that either, because, you know, like, don't get me wrong, 1 and 1, but, you know, it didn't work out that way or whatever. But, you know, my kids, ain't like I was popping them out every year. My kids are 5 years apart, 14 and 19 or whatever. And so I met my second child father. Don't remember how old I was. I don't know. But I had him, I think I was 25 when I had him or whatever. But, you know, things was different. Very different, because when I was pregnant with him, his mom, you know, my second son, his daddy's mother died while I was pregnant or whatever. So it was just my family that, you know, helped with that. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, his sister, like, she'll step in or whatever. Like, to this day, me and her still cool or whatever. But, you know, it wasn't like it was with my oldest. It wasn't like, oh, Friday come or the weekend come, or even the weekend. Like, she'll wait the weekend because I wanted my baby to do the week. But it wasn't like that with my second one. It was like all on me or whatever. It wasn't no taking him and doing what I gotta do on the weekend and taking him to his grandparents' house. Nah, I didn't have that luxury with the second one. Still to this day, I don't have that luxury. But, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, that's something like I never deny, no matter how things is, I would never deny my kids the right to see their father. I don't care if they are in and out. That's something that I would never do, because, you know, my mama never did that. My mama never talked badly about my, you know, daddy to us or whatever. And I never do that with, you know, my kids, whatever, especially with my second, because there's a lot I could say and I never do to him, because, like, at the end of the day, he doesn't know what's going on. He's 14 and he's understanding that his dad is not there like he should be. But he loved that man to death. He can do no wrong in his eyes. I never take that away from him. Never in life would I do that. I don't care how I feel about him. Like, you know, I don't have no ill will towards him. Not now. But no, a few years ago, I probably would have took, I almost said so. But you know, yeah. I would, you know, never take that right away from, you know, my kids or whatever. You know, it's up to them, you know, like with my oldest. that I don't even have to explain that. People know how that situation is. Like, he gonna run. Whatever I say with that child, he gonna run. I don't even have to, even with my second one, I don't have to, speak on it at all or whatever. It's a no-brainer with it. I was blessed with, that one. So, you have to adapt. I hate to say adapt, but you have to still keep yourself or whatever, because I'm like, no matter how I feel about the situation, like, don't get me wrong, I'll be pissed off a lot, because I'm like, why am I, the one that gotta hold it down? Like, especially with my second one, because my second son has endured a lot, especially like being in a new school system. A lot of stuff been happening to him, and then like, it's been a lot, with him or whatever. I really don't want to speak on his situation, like talking about, because it's kind of personal, it's kind of hurtful at the same time. But yeah, but it's hard, doing it alone. But I was built for this. I was built for it, tough and only like for it. I was made to be this or whatever. And when I had my kids, that was my top priority. Like I keep saying, that was my top priority. So it was nothing I wouldn't do for them. So if push come to shove, I ain't got the body for it, but I get out there on that pole and, make it do what it do if I got to. But, I was, put in a situation where, I had to become a stay-at-home mom. Like, things happen. I don't want to step out of line. Well, I can if I want to, because who gonna check me? But I still, want to respect my son and not say everything. But, I was forced to stay at home because I had to quit my job when I was working. My son was 1.5 or 2. No, he was 2, finna turn 3. He was 2. It was like 2009. I think he was 2. Yeah. He was born 2007. So he was 2. It was the end of 2009. It was December. And, things happened. People left. And it was too quick of a notice for me to be like, oh, I'm going to put him in daycare. I couldn't. Because there was no openings. And who was going to take him to daycare? Because I worked the shift that was from 4 o'clock to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And thank God for my mama with, and my sister with my oldest child. Like, I didn't have to worry because, like, he was in private school. So, yeah, I didn't have to worry because my mama take him to school, and, my dad would pick him up, and my sister would watch him while I was at work. So with my oldest son, I had that. And, with my second one, when that happened, I had to take, because his father was watching him while I worked, because we worked different shifts. So I had to take a break, and I had to quit my job because I had no one to watch him. Like, I was forced to make a sacrifice and, be at home, which was something I never wanted to be, was a stay-at-home mom. But then it was like when that happened, everything started happening. I started getting, noticing things with my baby, when he was 2. Then when he turned 3, and it was time for him to go to Head Start, you start really noticing, his development skills, might I say, or whatever. I don't want to give up too much about his situation, whatever. So I was like, oh no. My mom was like, no, I think it's best for you to be here with him or whatever. And I was blessed to be able to, like, don't get me wrong, it was rough in the beginning, but I was put in a situation where I had to face, like, put him first. He needs you more than anything. So, I took that L on the chest, like, like a notch on the belt. And I stood 10 toes down with my baby till this day, 14 years or whatever. So, yeah, like with that, I was forced to stay at home. And I wouldn't say forced because, at the end of the day, I was going to choose him regardless. But, yeah, so like I said, I'm a stay-at-home mom and a single mom. Like, I'm single by choice. Don't get me twisted now. It speaks for itself. I'm single by choice because I don't have time for BS. I'm a straight shooter, no chaser. I ain't got time. Like, I would cut you off with a second. I don't have time for BS or whatever. And I don't bring anyone around my kids. Like, some people say like your kids need to know a man in the beginning, because if you like them and then you bring them around after you don't like them, then your kids don't like them. Like, he got to go. Like, I don't care how much I like you. I would not jeopardize my relationship with my kids for you. Now, like, don't get me wrong. My kids don't run my life, but I would never be with a man that don't like my kids. Never. But it is what it is. And like, some people think because you a stay-at-home mom, you broke. You're living off the system. You looking for somebody to come in and try to save you or whatever. That is not the case with me at all or whatever, because I'm very secure, financially secure. And like, I ain't gonna sit here and say like I can walk out and go buy this and buy that. Like, I'm very selective on what I do with my money or whatever. Like, I got a child that's in college, and it ain't cheap, and it's on me. It ain't all on me, but he didn't get a full ride scholarship, if you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And my child was smart. That's something to this day I never understand. Yeah, like, people think you're looking for somebody like, oh, she ain't got no job. Like, what, like, man, I can do more for you than a woman that probably got one. I wouldn't say more for you. Like, I ain't mean it like that. Don't take it that way, because I can hold my own. I can hold my end of the bargain. But are you up to par for me to consider holding my end of the bargain? It's the question. Don't question me, because I got me at the end of the day. I never wanted for anything. And if I don't got me, I know two people that got me 10 toes down. But yeah, like, don't get me wrong, it is struggles with being a single mom and a stay-at-home mom or whatever. Like, I'm at a point now where I can basically do what I want to do because my kids up in age or whatever. And if push come to shove, like I said, I can get back out there. I have things to fall back on. I always have things to fall back on or whatever, but it's boring. That's all. I done got used to being here. Like, of course he didn't. My youngest done got used to me being here, because when I'm not here, when he come home, he be looking like, mama, where you at? And it be so crazy. Like, don't be looking for me when I'm here, but when I'm gone, they blow my phone up. I just don't understand it. Well, I do understand it, because my mama is 66 and I still track her phone. Don't judge me. She knew it. She can't turn it off, so what's she gonna do? But yeah. There's no room, to complain. You keep it pushing or whatever. Like, all single moms are not, bitter. All single moms, stay-at-home moms are not broke, are not looking for, a Captain Save-A-Ho. Because, I could care less. I'm 39. I'll be 40 in a few months. And I'm kind of like stuck in my ways right now where, if somebody come along in my life, they come along. But I'm not, pushing or looking for it anymore or whatever. Kind of like, I'm content. I could care less or whatever. If it happens, it happens. I'm not pushing. I'm not looking for it or whatever. And, that's just, my life. Like, I'm enjoying life at this point. I'm at a point in my life where, like, my kids are 19 and 14. I keep saying it because it's kind of unrealistic to me that, we made it this far. It's sometimes it seems like yesterday that I just had, these kids. Like, time went by so fast, and you get different, your kids get different versions of you. Like, my oldest, like, was 19. I keep saying it because the age is very important, because I was 19 when I had him. So we basically grew up together. Like, I learned a lot from him. And with my baby, like, I was like more nurturing with him than I was with my oldest. And sometimes I had regrets about that, because I felt like I gave my youngest more of me than I gave my oldest. Because, well, my oldest is so much like me. Like, he doesn't care. He'll say he doesn't care for their attention or whatever, and he act like he doesn't, but I think he really do. He's very much like, I never realized how much like me that he is, because I guess because I see him every day. I guess when he went to college and I didn't see him every day, and then when he come home, I was like, oh my God, this child got my attitude, my everything. The only thing about it, he don't look like me. Like, a lot of people say he do, but when they see daddy, they be like, I lied to you. He does not look like me. Now, my second one, that's my twin. I don't care what nobody say. But, yeah, they got different versions of me. And, I have some regrets, because I felt like I tried to do everything right with my oldest, and I think I did a pretty good job, because look where he's at. Like, that child, like, I've never went to a school and never got a good report about him. It's always good things about him. He's well mannered. He was raised right. Like, my kids go out there and do something they ain't got no business doing. It ain't got nothing to do with me, because I raised mine. I raised them right. And anybody tell you that know Amaris, they know that, that's a stand-up kid right there. My baby boy is too, it just, he had to find his way. Not saying he was some bad kid, but, he had to find his own, way. He's kind of like that reserved kid that stays off in the background and he doesn't like to talk to people. He doesn't like to, communicate. You have to talk to him for him to talk to you. Now, Mars is the same way, but Mars is me. He's quiet. He's a quiet storm. I put it like that. Everybody thinks we're quiet and shy. Don't get me wrong. We are, but you press that button, you done pressed the wrong button. Just leave it like that. Or whatever. But yeah. Being a single mother is such like, and I hate like this baby mama, the drama and all that. And like, I done been through that. I never really had to go through that with my, oldest son, father, whatever. Because like I said, like, people be like, why y'all won't get the kids together? For what? I ain't their dad. Like, because I had my oldest son daddy, like, I didn't have to like communicate with like his other baby mamas. Like, don't get me wrong, we good, we cool, like we do communicate, like some now or whatever, but it was never like I had to communicate with them to get our kids together, because he did it. He made sure that or whatever. Like, I'm not finna force myself to make the kids know each other, which they should know each other. Don't get me wrong, but like some situation, how things ended and, stuff that, done transpired, like, I keep my hands out of it. I don't want no smoke with none of that or whatever. Your kids, not mine. I would love for it to be kumbaya and all that, but that's out the window. But life has been great. Life has been hard. I've learned a lot. I've gained a lot. I've lost a lot. I've lost friends, relationships, money, material things, but I do it all over again. Because the one thing a person cannot take away from me is I am the best mother you've never seen in your life, besides my own. But that's one thing a person can't say or take from me, that you'll never hear that come out. If you hear it come out their mouth, they'll lie. A big one at that. But like I said, I enjoy being a mother. Never did I envision that I would be a single mother at home. Like, I had dreams, I had goals, but I accomplished a few of my goals, but I didn't like the things that I wanted to do growing up. Didn't do because, like I said, my kids came first when I had them. I had no idea. It ain't like I was preventing getting pregnant at 19, but that wasn't the goal. But I sacrificed my whole entire life so my kids wouldn't have to. And I feel like my mama did the same. And sometimes I feel like I failed my mama because I continued the pattern because she got pregnant at 19. And I kind of feel like she'll never say that. She'll tell me she was proud of me because I did things that she never would have done. And I was able to be what she wasn't because, she wasn't like I was and put in a position where I could be at home with my kids. My mama worked 2-3 jobs just, to keep us afloat or whatever. So she missed out on a lot of things. And I know she kind of regret that. Like with my kids, I didn't miss anything. Nothing. I don't care if it was something minor. I was in the PTA. And don't get me wrong, I'd never be in the PTA ever again. That's something you probably can talk about me about, baby. I can't do it. I don't want to. I love my kids to death, but I learned my lesson with that one. Not to say that anything wrong with it. To each his own. That's on you. Or whatever, but that ain't for me. Every different stroke for different folks. But I kind of like didn't go in. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss all the points that I wanted to make. But hopefully you enjoyed this conversation, and I want to continue to have deep discussions about stuff like this. I'm pretty sure I done left something out, but I'll make up for it in something else. I'll figure out something else to talk about because I just don't want to be about like TV show content. Like this is something that I, was passionate about because I am a single mom and I am a stay-at-home mom. And I've been told by people that, done try to talk to me, or people that, hear that I'm at home, they think that you're just incompetent. You don't have anything. You need me. You looking for me to help you, when it's the other way around. Like, I don't have to call and ask nobody for anything. Like, don't get me wrong. One call, that's all. And Larry, which is my father, no brainer. I can get it, but I don't bother my dad. My daddy bothers me. Not in a bad way, but anybody that know my dad don't have step when it comes, to them grandkids or whatever. Even with me, everybody know who my father is that went to school with me. They know because my daddy was at the school, popped up anytime. He didn't care. Every game I had, even basketball games where I didn't even touch the court, my daddy was there. I was riding the bench, and he was at every game. But even away games, sometimes he would there or whatever. Like, never missed anything. And that's something that I wanted with my kids. I was blessed with my oldest, but my youngest, that's a different story. And that's something that his father got to figure out. And I'm not gonna take that weight on. I'm not. I try to take that weight on and, make excuses or whatever, because I never want my son to feel some type of way about his father through me. You learn it on your own. And I never would let him disrespect him, even to this day. Even, because he's not around like he should be, I never let my son be disrespectful to his father, because you wasn't raised like that. I don't care what he did or haven't done, broken promises or all that or whatever. I'm not gonna let you do that or whatever. That's not how I roll. I don't care how I feel about the person. Like, I don't really feel anything about him like today, or not. It's been years or whatever. I just don't deal with him like that or whatever, because I don't like the up and down, because I wasn't raised like that, and I know how it feels. Well, I don't know how it feels because my dad was in my life. Like, my mom and daddy separated when I was like 5, but my daddy was in my life. Anybody that know me know that my father was there when it mattered. Like, you ain't got to be there all the time. Be there when it mattered. Like, he was there when it mattered last year or whatever, when stuff happened to my, baby at school. Like, he was there, but, it's not consistent. Like, I ain't saying I want you to break down everything you're doing. I know you got other kids and all that, but, this your namesake. He got your whole name. But, I'm not going to force my son on that either. My son tell me I don't want to go. I'm not going to make him go. You can take that how you want to take it. I'm not going to force my son to do something that he doesn't want to do if he's not comfortable being with you. And that's on you, because you didn't make him comfortable because you're not around. He's a mama's boy. Like, I'm not, like, don't get me wrong. My kids both are mama's boy, but I'm not that mama that's going to be like, hold my kids up and they're wrong. I never do that. I check my kids in a second. I'm never going to be that mom that's on the news or on TV or something saying, my son ain't do that. My son is, I ain't lying for you. I ain't going to tell your girlfriend or none of that you here with me. I ain't doing it. I ain't that type of mama. Like, I love my kids to death, but I never hinder my kids like that. But, like, that's a relationship that he has to fix. And I'm done being a fixer. Like, because he doesn't see the tears. I do. Like, a father, some fathers, I'm not going to say all fathers. I'm going to say some, because there are good ones out there, or whatever. Like, it's plenty of, I was 1-0, 1-1, or whatever. Like, I got a good one, and I got a in and out sometimes, or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to bash dude or whatever, but I don't want to lie either. But if he take it some type of way, like Booster say, take this song how you want. Truth hurts sometimes. I ain't trying to air you out, but ain't gonna lie for you either. It is what it is, or whatever. Cause I'm like, I'm everything for that child. Everything. I mean everything. Everything goes through me. Everything goes through me. Like, I have to make every decision. Like, I'm fine with it, but I shouldn't have to be like that. But I can't pick up the phone and be like, oh, go get him from school, check him out of school at this time. But now birthdays, or like if an accident or something happened, yeah, he probably would run. He didn't did it this year. Like, yeah, he did, or whatever. But anytime before that, no ma'am. But that we get a bad rap sometimes for being a single mother, and the dad telling other people different things about you or whatever, when it's far from that or whatever. Because like I said, we some of the hardest women you've ever met. We done faced some of the toughest battle. Raising a kid from birth to an adult by yourself is hard. Especially for the moms that don't have the outlets that I have. Like, I do have a family that, would bend over backwards for me and my children. Like, I do have that. So, some people don't have the luxury of having, what I had or whatever. I still have to this day, because my oldest son he was the first boy in the family. And when I tell you, like, everybody flocked to him. To this day, he can call in one of them and they'll burn that highway down trying to get to Hattiesburg to get where he at or whatever. But salute, shout out to all of y'all single moms, even people that's in relationship and feel like they being a single mom, whatever. Shout out to y'all. We doing it. We been doing it. We got this. Don't ever think that you doing something wrong because you can't be a stay-at-home mom like me. Like, I get it. Some people don't have the luxury that I have to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to be out there. I want to be at work. I want to be doing this. But, my baby came first. I had to be here. And I'm glad I am, because I probably would have got fired the way I used to get called to come get him from school or come to the school and all these IEP meetings and all this type of stuff. I probably would have lost my job anyway. Like, I wouldn't have cared. But, I stacked. I watch what I spend. You don't see me out here with a whole lot of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a shoe collector. That's my zhuzh. That's that's my happy place. I like to dress nice. I got hair, so I don't buy hair. I don't go get my hair done or none of that, nails, none of that. Back in the day, you probably would have caught me. Like, it's pointless for me to get my hair done because I had that type of head where if my head itch, I done got my hair done Friday, Saturday, my head itch, I'm going to take it down. So it's pointless to get my hair done to me because it's a waste of money. Nails and all that, I done tore my nails up with all that types. I care nothing about that. Only thing I care about is shoes and clothes and paying USM. Lord have mercy. Paying USM get all my money now. But as long as my child get the education that he need, I care anything about it. I saved. I put things aside, for my kids to have everything that I didn't have. Like, I've had a work ethic, because like me and my sister used to go. We used to lick stamps for Benny Thompson, and I think I was maybe 10 or 11 and my sister had to be like 7 or 8. I may have the ages wrong because it might have been older than that. It might have been like 13 and she was 10. I don't know. I might have the ages wrong or whatever. But, we started out licking stamps so, Benny Thompson, get that money and going to buy our snacks or whatever. So my mama didn't have to worry about, snacks. Because, mama been in the medical field for a long time. So when she worked at the clinic, we used to be at the library or we used to find, my grandma stayed, right down the corner too or whatever. So when we got out of school, we went straight to the library and waited on my mama to get out of work or whatever. But, I worked summer programs when I got up to the age, because I bought all my own school clothes and all that type of stuff. And when I got up to age, I went to McDonald's, got me a job at McDonald's, and like all my check went to Tommy Hilfiger, which I look at now like, My dad took me to go get my first bank account, was a student checking account or whatever, when I was in high school. And that's when my dad was real financially secure with his job. And I used to keep my money and spend his. So I had a bank account ever since I was like 16, 17 years old. 16 maybe, I can't really remember. I've been out of high school 21 years. But yeah, so, even when I went to college, work study and all that, income taxes, Pell Grants, all that went to the bank. I saved every dime I had. Like, don't get me wrong, it ain't like, that money lasted me all through the years, whatever I did. Like, I'm a hustler, baby. I learned from the best. I'm a hustler. I know how to keep myself afloat, and I know how to live within my means. I don't keep up with the Joneses. I keep up with Vicky and Vicky only. But, shout out to all the single moms. Shout out to all moms, period. We are thebomb.com. Don't let nobody tell you different. And girl, keep your head up. Get your head up. Don't put it down. You got this. You've been doing it for this long. Keep going. We ain't gonna bow down. We got it. We keep moving. You are strong. You're a strong black woman. You're a strong white woman. Whatever ethnicity you are strong. Keep moving. And thanks for listening to me. This is a long video, and I don't know, hopefully, I probably rambled, but I don't care. I'm trying to get used to being in front of this camera because I don't like people may not think, but I am actually shy, and I'm trying to get out of that. I'm finna be 40. I should have been out of it, but it is what it is. But I hope you guys like this conversation, and if you have any other topic you want to talk about, I don't really have any followers like that talking about, but whatever. But if you have anything else you want to talk about with me, just shoot me a inbox text or whatever if you got my number, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.